Very nice.
Maybe he heard the Something Wicked episode and he's like, I used to play racquetball with Jason Robards. Back when we were young scraps.
Was it Jonathan Pryce?
Yeah.
He even dressed like the devil when he won. He's like, hot damn. Hot damn to that squash match.
Oh, shit.
I don't know if an introduction about squash matches could really be, an introduction to the show. So I guess welcome back to Rabbit Troop Sucks, where, we cover obscure, forgotten about, and often overlooked films, and we're down just to a nice little trio tonight. As always, I am Paul. Next to me is Mike.
Yo.
And next to Mike and myself is Lamar.
Howdy.
And we're going to come at you with Solarbabies. Yeah, you heard me. Solarbabies. Did you know about Solarbabies? 1986. So many people in Solarbabies. The director, Alan Johnson, rest in peace at 81, died in 2018. He only directed this and one other thing. This movie was like a train wreck on wheels, apparently, for people. If you didn't know, there's only one song in this film. And I recognized his voice. I was like, who is that? And I looked up, it's Smokey Robinson.
Really?
I'm like, how the hell did you get involved,
Amazing.
Smokey? Yeah, did you guys know that?
No.
There's one song with vocals, and it's a Smokey Robinson song written for this film. Oh my God, it's crazy. This director did a lot of choreography, though. I do want to note that. A lot of really cool choreography. He did choreography for The History of the World Part 1 from 81, Blazing Saddles, 74, and The Producers, 67. How cool. But then I guess just this movie was not his jam in directing, and there's a lot of budget crisis because of, I guess, weather problems, and then the budget got upped and doubled and tripled. A lot of weird stuff. I guess Mel Brooks invested a lot of money, and eventually all this money was made back over the years, and this movie is, I guess, achieved some kind of cult status. But yeah, you got a lot of people. You got Richard Jordan as Grock, who's going to be the villain. You have Jami Gertz, honestly, one of my huge 80s crushes, known for The Lost Boys. You got Jason Patric, also known from The Lost Boys. Lukas Haas, unknown hero on my end. I definitely love Lukas Haas as an actor, not in this film. But later on, you have other people as well, including Peter DeLuise. You get the whole crew. Peter DeLuise as Tug.
That name is questionable, but whatever.
Claude Brooks as Rabbit. James LaGrosse as Matron. Yeah, so you get them all. Yeah, this movie, we've seen all three of us together, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so.
The first and only time before I watched it earlier today was with you two.
So this is your second
This
time.
is my second viewing.
Yeah.
The first time I think we were all maybe a little very drunk.
Don't involve me.
I wish I was maybe more drunk earlier.
Tell me how Solarbabies has touched you before and now, Mike.
Show me on the doll where it touched you.
I can't.
Mike, would it help if I just looked at you and said, "That's Bodhi"?
Bodhi.
Where did Bodhi touch you?
I do.
Where did the glowing ball touch you, Mike?
I do remember a lot of drinks being had the first time we watched this.
Well, for every drop of water that they didn't have, I had 5.
Well, I'm going to set the tone for this movie. This movie opens up with over-the-top epic music that needs to be dialed way the shit back. This movie is overreaching itself from the get-go. And it's kind of weird because the music and the composer must have realized that, because it's this grandiose, epic, orchestrated music. And then it's this weirdo, fantasy, wonk music. It's like, I'm like,
The music
whoa.
in this does suck.
Yeah, and then it goes back to this epic music, like, dun, 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 dun. And I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. Yeah. It's super weird from the get-go. Yeah, it's kind of like Star Wars meets the cheesiest version of Flash Gordon, and
right.
No one knows what to do here.
It's worth pointing out that even the epic music was being played by one man on a keyboard.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
It's not like there wasn't an orchestra. This wasn't John Williams.
Well, I feel maybe that guy was like, "Hey, I am John Williams. We're doing the next Star Wars," and then he saw part of it, and he's like, "We are not." So I'm gonna go to McDonald's. I'm going to get a different Casio. I will come back for the rest of this now that I know the vibe is set of Solarbabies. Now that I really... Maybe the guy didn't even know the name. He's like, oh, this movie's called Solarbabies? I thought this was like a Star Wars prequel. Solarbabies. All right, I'll be at McDonald's. I'll be at Kmart getting that Casio. Yeah, what? So you know, guys, we love dystopian movies. Like it's like one out of every third film we do. Mm-hmm. Like the world's ended. We're just a bunch of nerds talking about nerd writing. Like everyone's just like, my life sucks. I don't feel that way, but I guess we just really love these movies because we open up with, we live in a new time. The year is 41.
It's 41. We've started over.
Yeah, and then it's like the
Protectorate.
Yeah, the Protectorate controls all the water on Earth, and therefore all life. I'm the warden. And then this warden tells us stories like, the children are brought to my, orphanage, and they're told the ways. I don't really like what I have to do, but as the warden, I gotta do it. And people dream of the old Earth and, of the greenness and the oceans, but, get those dreams out of your head.
Can it ever be like that again?
There is a legend.
The legend of Bohdai?
It's Bohdai!
Fuck. So can we real quickly just talk about the world that this movie takes place in?
Yeah.
So the entirety.
Well, as long as you admit that sooner or later we're going to talk about touching that ball.
There's a lot of ball touching.
Damn it.
So this world, there's very little water, and there are two types of people. There are children and police officers.
Okay.
And there are two types of places. There are orphanages and a police fortress.
And so I think there's encampments.
Yeah, are there non-police adults?
Yeah, I mean, we find out later there's that encampment.
Oh, yeah, later
Chakotay.
Oh, the Chakotay camp?
Yeah.
So there's
okay.
There's like encampments and rumors of other encampments. So I mean, kind of.
But you're not too far off.
Who's sending the kids over here?
That's
the Chakotay are like, these fucking kids suck dick. Let's get them out of here.
Yeah.
Well, they go and take the kids. Like
that's
from my understanding, these e-police drive around.
Where's the e-police getting the money from?
Oh, they don't have.
What is their budget like? Because they have like a dope ass place.
They do.
Some nice sidecar motorcycle things.
Well, I think like in the greater scheme of things, their budget would probably. This is like really sad to say now that I'm dissecting this in real ways. Well, we went from jovial to serious real quick.
No, let's talk about their financial situation.
So, from my understanding, the military police go to these villages, and the budgeting would be, I steal children, which is now slave labor, which is now what we use to basically power the city, and we get all the stuff based on the children's slave labor.
And all the sweet stuff that they steal from the encampments.
They're killing everyone too. Like,
okay, it just seems like a weird business model.
It is, but it works for them.
It's not moral.
It's kind of like the Umbrella Corporation from all the Resident Evil movies.
Well, Mike,
their business model is murdering everyone, and somehow there's a profit margin.
Oh, I mean, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but
okay.
There is a legend.
Definitely there's a legend. The fucking Bohdai. Swear to God.
There's the Chakotay.
The Chakotay, yeah.
They have this legend.
Yeah, they do.
I do like the end of the narrator's speech or the warden. He's like, is the legend true? Who knows?
Who knows?
Well, whatever.
Fucking
and then it just ends like that,
Yeah.
and we get right to the movie.
The people of Bohdai, will they come again? Is it all true?
Will they free them waters?
Will the waters flow?
Well, that was the legend of Bohdai, right? That Bohdai will like pop out and free the waters.
Yeah.
Well, sort of like no joke. Like that, my note is like, will the people of Bohdai ever come again?
What the fuck's an Bohdai?
Well, who knows? So, to everyone's surprise, it's a glowing ball. So
is Bohdai just Bohdai spelled wrong?
Sure.
Okay.
There's a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Like, remember that one girl starts reading a book later, and people are all like, "You're not supposed to read books. That's fiction." So maybe they don't know how to spell Bohdai and Bohdai.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, Bohdai is even confused amongst two people on how to pronounce it, and one guy later, Rabbit, was like, he talks to me in the way he wants to talk to me, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
No one does.
Just enough to get by is what the movie said.
Here's the crazy thing. So, I mean, I think who would all of you say is the most notable person to walk away from this film? Like actor-wise, you're like, that is probably the most popular, notable person in this film.
Lukas Haas.
Really?
I don't know. Papio Daniels, whatever the fuck his name is.
I was gonna go Jason Patric.
Okay, Jason Patric. Yeah.
Yeah, I go.
Well, because I wanted to open with Jason Patric seems to have like 40 lines in this film.
Yeah.
Like he barely talks.
Also, isn't his character's name Jason?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like they just couldn't.
Yeah.
He couldn't remember. They tried to give him a dumb name like everyone else.
Well, everyone is named after like a deity or like a belief system.
And
or
which
like
one's Jason?
Like the Argonauts, and I assume.
Okay. That's weak.
Yeah,
I totally agree, but like that's like why everyone has these names.
Which deity is Tug again?
Oh, you know which deity it is. It's a different kind of. It's,
I see.
It's a late night deity.
Okay.
Welcome to Rabbit Troop Sucks. We record late at night.
Yeah.
Welcome to Tug.
Grock, the Legend of Grock. I don't recall that one.
the old Grock and Tug.
Yeah. And what about Daniel?
Well, Mike, this all comes from like various forms of like I wouldn't say just biblical, like like various religious literature.
No,
like
that's
stuff that I don't know anything about. Like by all means,
No,
like
that's fair.
Like Metron is something about that, but I have no idea like what that is all about. Grock might be something. I don't know if Grock is. I think it was I think it was quote unquote. The trivia I read was all the Solarbabies have a name that is an abbreviation, like Tug or something, or something that is significant in a religious way from various.
Isn't Metron the voice of God?
Yeah.
Oh, I think.
Or is that Metatron? I'm trying to dig back from
Or Megatron.
Dogma.
Or Megatron.
It's Megatron is the voice
from
of
the
God.
Decepticons. The leader of the Decepticons.
Prime.
He turns into a handgun.
Yeah.
Nice. Why, you don't think that was significant?
Yeah.
In 80s culture? That guy transforms into an
true.
ambulance. That robot transforms into a handgun.
Dude, fucking Soundwave turns into a Walkman. So
I don't know why you have a problem with that.
They could have made this easier and just named themselves after candy bars.
Hey,
yeah.
Mike doesn't want to revisit the candy bars. It's not always about the candy bars, everybody.
Oh,
It's
to celebrate that sentiment with a candy bar.
90% times the candy bars. Yeah. So we open up, we're in the Orphanage 43 area, whatever the hell that means.
Yeah.
And then basically everyone's rollerballing around. I really wish we had Colin here because Colin's missing out on a couple things. A huge ass owl and some crows. And just the beginning of Rollerball. Just done again. For whatever reason. If there was no opening about this is the year 43 and I'm the warden doing God knows what, but I don't want to, but I gotta. It's Rollerball. So the Solarbabies are rollerballing against the Scorpions. I mean, old rivals.
Yeah.
Like, if this was the trading cards, you had the top series of trading cards. Lamar, you had all the Scorpions, right?
All of them. All 800 of them. Although there's only like 6 featured here.
I know. Abraham, going up for the Scorpions. You got, Josiah. You got the Rake.
The Rake. This is a weird form of
Burning
rollerball.
Bush.
The old Burning Bush.
No, that's just the guy's name. Burning Bush.
Hey, guess what he does on his off days?
You don't want to know.
No.
It involves a lot of...
There's a special shampoo. And
There's an ointment.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work.
No.
You got it off Amazon. You should really go to a doctor. This is really what the secret of this podcast is. Medical advice.
Yeah. Read between the lines, everybody.
Medical advice, yeah.
Yeah, so they all of their roller skates have headlights on them.
This is banana. I drew a picture.
Okay, did you?
Right?
Yep, that's what they look like.
Wow, folks, he really did.
Yeah, when you take the most, imagine you have a work boot, like your Mega Man work boot, and you put 4 wheels on the bottom, and then you take duct tape and you put a Kenner flashlight on the front of that boot.
Oh man,
You just became a member of Solarbabies. Oh, I'm sorry, and you dress like Captain America, boom, now you're part of the Solarbabies. Against the Scorpions, that is.
Yeah,
Tough
so
match.
They named themselves the Solarbabies.
Yeah, that's talked about later. Funny name, Solarbabies, don't you think? Naming themselves Solarbabies? Probably.
Yeah, well, they're all huge wusses, so.
We're going to change Rabbit Troop Sucks to Hippie Corn. So, next on Hippie Corn, praise the sun and praise the maze. That's right.
Yeah.
Get those shirts made.
Praise the maze. Okay.
Praise the maze, Rabbit Troop Sucks.
Awesome.
Mike, if I'm going to write that down for you.
Yeah.
Mike.
Okay, yeah, let me remind me.
That's going to happen.
So the first time I saw this, you see all these fucking Solarbabies roller skating around.
Oh, yeah.
They have like what literally are just lacrosse sticks.
Oh, yeah. What is this game?
You think there's going to be a rumble, like there's going to be a battle, but they're just playing lacrosse, basically.
Oh, yeah.
It's lacrosse nets on hockey sticks.
Yes.
Yeah.
With a net in the middle, like a kidditch pitch.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, they call it skateball.
Okay.
Skateball, because they're very
Get
clever.
away from the
I wanna-
rollerball because that's
I-
copyright.
Yeah, it's not rollerball.
I want to break
Skateball.
two things down. Like
Okay.
one kind of serious and one is like kind of what the hell.
Okay.
So the first one is all these kids are basically in this encampment, and it is very clearly noted that like the next encampment is 100 miles away. So there are like off settlements that we'll talk about later on. So these kids really have no outlet, and this is discussed later. So everything I kind of see in this opening, I'm kind of buying. That there's two rivals, the Solarbabies versus the Scorpions. This game is to be played just as Lamar and Mike were saying, but it's really to beat the shit out of one another. Like, this is the only kind of way that you're able to do it. So, okay. This movie gets derailed 2 minutes after the opening. But do both of you overall kind of like follow? Like, this could kind of happen.
Yeah.
Like, overall. Okay.
Yeah.
So then my what the hell moment is, so they're in like a paved over skate park and they're playing this. I'm like, okay, this makes sense. And there are sanctioned games. This is discussed later. So I'm like, even the adults who are overseeing this makes sense. They maintain it, etc. How do their roller skates work in the sand and the dirt for the rest of the movie?
They're really good rollers.
It's kind of odd you say that because I got to give it to whoever does the sound engineering in this movie.
To cover it up? The X-Files cover
No,
up?
actually, you can hear like them skating on dirt. And I'm like, why are you doing this? How are they getting away with this?
Real
and
dirt
you are
skaters.
absolutely right. It's just throughout the whole movie, there's really no paved areas for them to skate. And
You always see a few paths, but they're like, there's not a settlement for another 100 miles.
Yeah.
There's always conveniently like this path around this boulder that leads somewhere. What is
you're
going
being very
on?
generous calling them that. They're more like dirt roads.
I'm overthinking this, and all I really need to say is, it's Bodhi.
Son of a bitch. We're almost there, aren't we?
We're getting there.
When Jeremy listens to this, I hope it's Bodhi is like the trigger for like his boner word. It's Bodhi.
His boner word.
That's the magic word from here on out.
Okay.
So I want all of us to think about Jeremy and that sombrero.
Is boner word like
Bodhi.
is that the opposite of a safe word?
No, it's the trigger word for the boner.
I see.
It's Bodhi.
Bodhi.
Imagine Jeremy in that sombrero.
I'm doing it now.
Okay. You're looking at that picture. Hey, as always, visit us at rabbittroopsucks.com. There's images.
Yeah, there's pictures.
It's Bodhi.
You can even get a t-shirt.
Yeah. Soon we might have one that says, praise the sun, praise the man.
Yeah. What kind of imagery are we thinking we want on that?
I just want you to have one cob of corn.
No, hear me out. Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Yeah.
Hear me out. One cob of corn, but in the background, a glowing Bodhi.
Okay.
So a sphere,
The
and then
words.
a cob of corn.
Yeah.
And then the back, praise the sun, praise the maze. Rabbit Troop Sucks.
Okay. I'll work on it. I'll get the unpaid RTS graphic designer on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we have developed Jeremy's bone trigger What's the deboning? What's like the opposite? Like later on in this film, what's said that it's not? It's boning.
I don't know.
Is it just like quiet down, Tug?
Yeah, maybe.
Something to that effect.
Yeah. Someone's gonna make a thunderstorm on its own. Which I want to jump into later.
Okay.
But like, let's just dissect this movie. I mean,
Yeah.
so sooner or later, someone's gonna find a glowing orb.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot of their concerns are like, but it's a desert out there. There's not water. I'm like, you have a GD glowing orb that produces water. That has been proven.
They don't have it yet. They're about to have it. Lukas Haas,
Yes.
fucking Daniel,
It's Daniel.
he's like a little wiener kid, and he's always getting around watching all the big boys play fucking stickball.
Do you guys have any Lukas Haas favorites? Lukas Haas was in Inception.
Yeah, Mars Attacks. For
Yeah, I was going to say we should do Mars Attacks at some point in time. Colin has noted Brick. Yeah.
Lukas Haas, and this isn't like a diss, although it's going to sound like it. Lukas Haas to me always looks like he's ill.
This is one of the reasons he was cast in Last Days, like, the Gus Van Sant movie about Kurt Cobain.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this isn't just me. Who
No, I mean,
so,
I think
yeah.
that's like
Okay.
the image that they're trying to give. Like, he does not play the Kurt Cobain character, but like everyone is supposed to look just like gaunt and ill.
Well, he does.
Okay.
He always does. He's also in this movie briefly deaf.
Yeah, it's
And he
kinda,
has some like lame walk. I didn't know he was supposed to be deaf until the moment he stopped being deaf.
That must have been surprising.
It's weird. So he's wearing these like old school like Radio Shack headphones, and I will hand it like there are elements of this movie that at least are an attempt at making a good movie. Like so he takes off his headphones and the sound kind of like kicks in. So
Yeah.
like that's like a cool moment. So I'm like, oh, like he can't hear. So like, I'm sorry, like he takes it off and then the sound like goes down or is like panned down a little bit, and then when he puts it on, you hear it more. I'm like, okay, so he can't hear. I'm like, it's a good 80s attempt.
Yeah. Yeah, so the big boys are playing not rollerball, skateball.
Thank you.
And the Dream Police show up.
Yeah, so
E-cops.
So
the E-police.
We get so if you're a big Street Fighter fan and you want to go alt colors, you
man.
just loaded up blue suit M Bison, who looks like a Nazi.
That is what they all look like.
Yes, especially Grock. Like,
Is Grock the boss?
yes,
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he is blue suit M Bison every which way, and he's looking and he's very unhappy with the Scorpions.
Oh, God. He's unhappy with all of them.
True.
Well, he is pretty much aware of this game. That's the note. Like, this is an unsanctioned at-night game, and he sees it, but he's eyeing the captain, like the Johnny of the Scorpions.
Right. Well, he's like, Johnny's his left-hand man, kind of.
Right. You know
Or
what?
his apprentice.
I'm going to hand it to Johnny a couple times throughout this movie. I never even really got Johnny's name.
Doesn't matter.
I think it's like Graville or something. I could be wrong with that. Yeah, the reason this game is happening is Grock wants the Scorpions just to kick the shit out of the Solarbabies. That's what's established. But the Solarbabies are like winning, like effortlessly. And he's like, damn it. Then he calls all his cronies to shed light that this is an unsanctioned game.
Yeah.
He's like, unsanctioned. And everyone runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got them scattering about, and I like the call to it, the M Bison. It's totally M Bison. I have him written down as a clay gray, kind of with matching gray gloves as well. It was a really bizarre look, but you pulled it off. This was M Bison.
Yeah, we finally saw it. This is the prequel. This is what does it.
Yeah.
And then hey, shout out to our friend and buddy Colin. A huge ass owl flies across the sky.
Yeah. Darstar has an owl.
Yeah,
It's pretty big.
and he's just he's just watching the game.
Yeah, he's a spectator. Him and the owl. They like a good game.
But then they also haul ass when
Yeah.
the E-police come up. Everyone's running. Daniel's running. Jason, who's Jason Patric's running. And Daniel goes down just like this really weird cave path.
Yeah.
It's kind of bizarre because, listen, so far I'm kind of buying the story of this movie. But I'm like, you went down like the wrong path of a cave. Like, dude, you've lived here all of your life. There's like 1,000 square feet to explore. Like, you haven't been down here before?
Well, and apparently no one has.
Yeah.
Because he stumbles upon a pool of water that contains Bohdai.
Well, yeah, he knocks into a mining cart, like a video game, that knocks down a secret wall. Then, in a pool of water, he finds a glowing orb. P.S. If we didn't tell you before, who is it?
Bohdai.
And I think we forgot to say that Daniel, in all of this rush, has broken his headphones, so he can't hear.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter.
And the sound works again. Like you as an audience member are like, oh, I can't really hear, but you see the glowing orb. But yeah, then he can hear because he touches Bohdai, and he's like, oh, you could heal me, you could do that, and you could communicate with me. Daniel is insta on board. I mean, like, I can't blame him. Like, I'm watching, like, I saw this in the 80s. I was probably like, yes, I would also be. But my adult self is like, hell no. Like he put a curse on me. Balls talking to me? I'll be damned. I'll be damned if you heal me.
Mike, going back to your point of you not knowing that he was deaf until a certain point, this is the point where I realized that he was deaf.
Yeah. The minute he's like,
I can hear, he's shouting at the top of his lungs in this mine shaft, and it's echoing through and I had no idea.
No.
I just pieced it together. Oh, he's not jamming out with these Radio Shack earphones.
Yeah, I thought he was just rocking out to some tunes. Yeah.
They were hearing aids
he
for
can't
him.
hear.
But yeah, this is a magical orb that can provide deaf people with hearing abilities now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's Bohdai.
Do you like air?
There's a lot of questions.
He is questioning this damn thing. As soon as
Rabbit Troop Sucks get a Q&A. If you want to get on our show at some point in time, let us know.
Yeah.
We could ask those questions like, do you like air?
He does.
Do you consume liquids?
He's really giving this Bohdai the questioning the riot. Like,
Yeah.
What else can you do? Can you talk to me? I can hear you. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, he gives him the first class treatment. He hides him in a box and props open it, as Mike noted, like, do you like air? Well, let's be safe. And Bohdai's like, like, it makes little sounds.
Yeah, it kind of chirps like a weird bird.
Yeah. Like a gremlin on helium.
Yeah.
Were there any Bohdai toys in the 1980s on the shelf?
Yeah, they're called balls.
Yeah, but did they glow like Bohdai?
Maybe.
Is that what that thing is?
Yeah, I mean, my daughter has a ball that if you bounce it, it glows. It's Bohdai.
Does it like air?
It does.
Okay.
She also props it in a box.
There you go.
And then it wakes up in a box. Then we get a hard cut to Grock and the Warden, and Grock is just not having it. As said before, the Warden is just powerless. So here's the dynamic I got here. The Warden is in charge of everything, but not. I
think it's just by name.
Right.
That's what it feels like.
Grock never tells him anything, but it will just give him cold stares. And the Warden's like, oh, well, I'll talk to him and suspend them all. I'm like, why? Like, you're this dude's boss. Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, I thought that was weird as well. Also, the title for the man who runs an orphanage, Warden, is that what we're going with?
Well, it's Warden Pappy.
This is Pappy O'Daniels, whatever the fuck his real name is.
Yeah, Grock is pissed off. He's like, those boys were playing the Solarbabies and the Scorpions and blah, blah, blah. And the Warden's like, yeah, I know, but like you kind of knew, right? And he's like, you shut your damn mouth. And the Warden's like throwing like little one-liners. Like, oh, boys can't hack it. Seems like Solarbabies like gave him a little spank. And Grock is just not liking this. But the Warden's still the goddamn boss. I'm like, what's going on? And Grock's like, well, you better punish him. The Warden's like, you're right, I'll punish him. And then he highlights, I just let him do this. Like, what's the big deal?
What else are they gonna fucking do?
And that's when he notes, he's like, there's not a water source for another 100 miles away. So if these dudes are blowing off some steam every now and then by going to like the skate park, like, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, I don't see what the problem is.
Right, and Grock's like, damn it. And he's like, I'm pretty sure you're just bringing this up because the Scorpions got spanked.
Yeah, because your
like,
shitty team lost.
He's like, man, but Johnny's on my team.
Yeah.
And then they're sentenced to dig like it's the movie Holes, 2003 Holes.
Yeah, they're doing some digging.
Yeah, a lot of square meters. And Darstar summons some crows just to hang around.
Yeah, and then what's the dick's name?
I just wrote Blondie back.
Blondie.
Like Johnny?
Yeah.
Fake Johnny?
Fake Johnny. Is he the one that says, "Hey, crow brains," and then kicks the fuck out of those crows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's a jerk.
Yeah.
Johnny's a total jerk.
Yeah,
But
Darstar is a total moon.
I have to note, and I really have to summon like the child self in me. Lamar Darstar would totally have been my dude as a kid. Like he's like the Snake Eyes of the bunch.
Yeah.
He's not saying much. The dude's summoning animals. I don't know what's going on.
Hangs out in the shadows, has a huge bird.
Yeah.
That he can just conjure around.
I'm not super stoked about what he does later in the film, but overall, and he's kind of sorry about it, and I kind of get it in a way. Yeah, Darstar's my favorite of the bunch.
Until later.
Well, I mean,
I know what
again,
you
he
mean.
does something, but like he's still, I think, start to finish, he's like a weird mystery dude that's got like mystery powers. I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Bodhi.
Bodhi.
It's me, Chodai.
Working
cousin.
name. Alternate name.
Across the pond,
Chodai.
Chodai.
That's his
Hey,
evil
Chodai.
brother.
Hey, mate.
Damn it.
Chode cousin.
Chodai's the Australian one.
That's right.
Okay. Does he tell him when it's jerking time?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so
off this.
the fucking Solarbabies are hanging out inside their little clubhouse or whatever.
Yes, and Terra's reading a book.
Yeah.
And she's highlighting the beauty of thunderstorms. And I don't know what she's reading. Probably some epic poem that people know.
Sure.
But it's like the beauty of thunderstorms and like being around them and what it smells like and what you hear. It's nice.
And then there's a big rumbling.
Yeah.
Was it another Earth shift?
Oh my God, heavens no.
No.
Run.
There's lightning and rain.
Yes.
Inside.
Yes.
And the music is fucking bananas right here.
Yes. All of this is true. The music, all the music in this movie is so weird.
Yeah.
It's just like out of place. I don't know what the place for it would be.
No, there is no place for it.
Was it just raining inside, or was it? Did they have an open roof?
No, I think it was just raining inside.
I wrote, everyone's having a fun time. Water fun. No questions. I even wrote a smiley face. Because they're just sitting around like the beauty of the thunder, the water. Yeah. And then it happens. And I understand why someone probably like, is there an Earth shift? Because they live in some shit future of year 43.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, there's a thundercloud. Like, imagine you're in your living room and a thundercloud appears and there's water everywhere.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, Daniel's there to explain what's happening. He's like, oh, his name is Bohdai.
It's Bodhi.
It's Bodhi. He likes to be held.
And he does.
And yeah, Rabbit picks him up. He's like, I can feel that it likes to be held. Because this movie has the worst dialogue in the world.
I wrote that exactly. I could feel it likes to be held. Terra. Again, Terra. That is,
I thought that was Rabbit. Okay. Well,
no. Terra says that.
Okay.
And then, again, that is my 80s crush. You guys have seen The Lost Boys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it with you.
Yeah, I always thought this woman was so beautiful. I have no idea what happened to this woman, but I was like a kid when I saw these movies, and I was like, she's so cute.
Yeah, no, she's all right.
And Darstar and her get along. And that would be another moment. This would be like Scarlet and Snake Eyes. Lamar's blowing my mind. The 80s were all one moment for me.
It was. You were the 80s.
One Goldberg's moment.
And now you're here.
I did it. I'm Bodhi. Bodhi. Hey, mate, and Chodai.
Oh, crikey, it's me.
Bodhi and Chodai adventures. Damn it.
It's writing itself.
Yeah.
It really is.
Netflix.
TM.
Netflix, reach out.
Yeah. Also, they're like, oh, wait, fuck, you can hear? He's like, oh, yeah, no, I can hear. I can hear now.
Oh, yeah, they're taking it back by.
Yeah, Bodhi fixed it. It's sick.
And also, they are aware that water is very scarce, and all of a sudden there's plenty of it, and
they don't try to bottle any of it up or anything. Yeah.
Pots and pans or anything. Just fuck around in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the thunderstorm goes away. Darstar's in the corner, overhears all of this, and then they have to put Bodhi away because there's like an alarm signal, and you think it was like they're gonna eat or there's like training. It's mandatory recreational time where everyone has to go and skate, and there's all these like weird messages being played, and the only one I wrote was like, keep the flow. Like,
Yeah.
you hear that in the background, I'm like, what is
It's like the
going
lamest roller skate party.
It really did look like Roller City with just propaganda playing in the background.
Yeah, and then we get fake Johnny who rolls up and just like straight up like accosts Terra. He's like he's like upright making out with her, and she's like pushing off. He's like,
he's been creeping on her the
yeah,
whole movie.
he's like super gross. He's like, what? Like, you didn't like it? And she's like, get the F off me. Like, it was a really weird moment. It was especially weird because it's like on the side of recreational time. It's very bizarre.
Yeah.
That dude sucks.
He does suck.
But she clearly kind of likes Jason.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Jason is there too, and he notices this, and he's not having any of this.
I do like fake Johnny as a villain, though. Like, that guy sucks, but like he sticks to his guns as a villain. So I'm kind of like down with this dude as a villain. Like, again, I don't like him, but
No, he does what he's doing.
And if you're gonna do that, go all the way with it, which
Right.
he is.
Yeah, and like he seems like a competent like underling, like working his way up. Like, no joke, like he doesn't really fail all too often
No, he knows what he's doing.
because he doesn't have Bodhi.
Bodhi.
But he could have Chodai.
He's gonna get Jody. So
Is that like an action he's gonna get?
Yeah.
Like activate Chodai. He's at 4-level Chodai.
I must become Jody.
Chodai.
So after
unleashed.
the little roller skate thing, the gang decides to do some tests because is Bodhi radioactive? That would suck.
And Jason has like Jason has a sit down beforehand, the radioactive thing. I think.
Yeah, okay.
Jason sits down and like bonds with Bodhi, actually more than anyone else.
Oh yeah, and he has like visions of water and shit.
Yeah, so there's like premonitions of like them doing stuff, and then they'll eventually be in the sea and they're rejoicing, and he sees this, and Jason just like highlights like, I'm really afraid of the future and I don't know what's in store for me, and Bodhi's like, "Meh," and then shows him some visions. And then like as you do,
And then
as you do.
they all the Solar Babies do this weird like Bodhi circle jerk thing.
Yeah, it's like Guardians of the Galaxy where they hold hands because they could like all like transfer their energy and then like harness that energy as one. Mm-hmm. And so they get into a circle and they energy circ.
Yeah, they're energy circling real hard.
Did we all write down circle jerk? Let's see.
I don't like my name on
I
it,
did.
so I did not.
I wrote down Bohdai circle jerk.
Yeah, I have the same notes.
Okay, good.
And that's exactly what it was.
It was that, yeah.
The flow of his energy was
they were
going
all
through
flowing
them.
their
I wrote
energy all over them.
Bohdai creates orb link.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah, that's
You got to pay extra for the orb link.
Well, I did
Well-
say orb-circ,
Well, Darstar sees this shit.
which could be our new workout area. Rabbit Troop Sucks presents like orb-circ.
Orb-circ?
Yeah.
Okay.
Work on that one.
Is this like a VR game where you have to slap things?
It's whatever you want it to be.
You have to slap Bodhies and Chodies and... It's like Beat Saber, but with Chody.
I have to go.
Yeah. You can't. The doors are locked. Yeah, Darstar sees this fucking circle jerk. He's like, Bodhi.
Just like that.
Yeah. And he fucking steals Bodhi and just gets the fuck out of there.
That was a weird scene. Went like 5 seconds. It shows him once, and then in the next scene, it shows him just swiping it,
Yeah.
and then that's that.
And then, it's gone. So basically the next day, he's gone, and the E-Police are like, oh my God, this guy's gone. We're going to go track him down. Fake Johnny's like, yes, I want to go. And they're like, sure. Like, that guy's training. We're all going to get him. This is not cool. And then it quickly becomes night, and Terra wakes up Jason, was like, Daniel went to go find Bodhi. Darstar has him. We've got to go. And Jason's like, now? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I do like this, that all the Solar Babies wake up. You got all of them. And Metron is like, if we're going to do this, we need to vote I was going to say unanimously, but that is what happens.
Yeah.
Anonymously,
It's a
sorry.
secret ballot
They
vote,
vote
yeah.
anonymously.
Yeah, it's like, it has to be anonymous. That way no one feels bad if they say no.
And then they get it unanimously.
Yeah.
And then
we'll
they're-
never make it. We made it.
We did it.
Yay.
Yeah, Terra gives Jason a kiss. She's very impressed, and clearly there's like a bit of romance happening between them. And then all I wrote was for the music was El Terrible.
Absolutely terrible song starts playing here. Wow.
It's just not
Was
good.
this the song you're talking about from?
Well, they use the Smokey Robinson song throughout. I think it's here. It's in full at the ending credits, and then it's here too, I believe. And it was like, oh my god, what's happening?
I believe this is the same song. You're
Yeah.
right. Oh my goodness.
And I wrote they're skating on the roads. I just wrote skating on the roads. Okay.
Yeah. And why not?
Yeah.
Love will set you free.
Yeah.
I believe is that the name of the song.
Yeah, it
I
is,
think it was.
Smokey.
Ah, man.
And then we get Grock and the warden talking. He's like, I'm gonna go leave, and then we get to see Darstar rolls up with the Jacati. He finds a group of Jacati, and he's saying like really weird stuff. We get fake Jacati Tim Curry, as I wrote,
Yeah.
and that guy's super weird. And Darstar's like, hey man, like I got some stuff, and he's like very open about having Bohdai. It's like super weird. This is like a real broken storyline. Will later just turn out that this doesn't work, and there's a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But Terra's pumped. We get another scene back to Terra. She's like, we're free. Yeah,
free.
Lamar, that's we get level set you free, Smokey Robinson. I just wrote, what? Question
Yeah.
marks?
Well,
And they are
how
free
about
for
that?
approximately 8 seconds until the fucking e-police motorcycles show up.
Yeah.
They enjoy their freedom.
Yeah.
And it was really easy to get free. And they were
Yeah,
talking
it
about
wasn't hard.
like they broke a camera and then just skated away.
Well, I mean, like that. Well, I mean,
I forgot about the camera.
There's a little camera
Yeah,
that
I also
pops up
forgot
like
about
that
He's like,
little.
throws a fucking rock at it. He's like, we did it.
It's like, Rabbit, get the camera. And he did it, and like, woo, they're celebrating.
it's the Solarbabies style, baby.
Um,
I mean, honestly, they were pretty open to before. They're like, where are they going to go? There's not another water source for 100 miles.
Right.
So,
That's true. I didn't think about that. The movie kind of would stall there.
Yeah.
They have
I mean,
Bohdai and
there's a
they're
lot of
free.
like future prison movies we've seen. It's like, where are you going to go? Like, because if you go there, you're going to die. So if you want, dope.
Yeah.
If not, like, you're now in this prison.
Well, there you go. Just go out in the desert and die.
Well, we get a lot of that because Darstar is kind of wandering around the desert. His owl flies off, but he's like, he like kind of whispers to it, he's like, find the damn people. And that owl's like, "Brr," and flies off and does.
Yeah.
And then,
Is that owl yours? As much as an owl is anyone's.
yeah, and that was the question by Weird Tim Curry,
Yeah.
Jacati, and he's like, he is one of us. Like, it's in his blood, you could tell. And everyone is super happy. And then it's the night, and the E-police are rolling around, and they're lasering everyone.
Johnny shoots his fucking owl like a dick.
Yeah, Johnny's hardcore. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I said, like, as a villain, Johnny's a jerk. But yeah, he shoots that owl like right out of the sky. I don't like that.
No. Good shot, though.
Yeah. But then they got some Jacati Tim Curry. They capture him, and they put a lot of ants on him and torture him. This scene sucks.
Yeah, they hook him up to like the thing from Dune where it makes you think your hand's melting.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's ants all over
But
his
it's
body.
ants. Yeah, it looks super gross.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
No.
That's how you get it.
But he gets results because he gives up the information. He's like, yeah, they're there and here and this.
Yeah.
I don't really get the background of these Jacati people. Like, they try to make them out to be like, oh, it's like this ancient like culture, but it's really just like fake Tim Curry like talking nonsense. And I don't like they believe in Bohdai, I guess.
I have no idea how they have knowledge of.
But that's the
Bohdai.
thing, like they weren't like the Bohdai, which was like noted at the beginning. So like are there multiple people? Like I don't know what's going on. So like did the Jacati believe in the Bohdai? But like I don't think anyone thought there'd just be a glowing orb.
I feel like there was this old man in a chair. That,
Is this the Fifth Element?
I feel like he should have explained a lot of it, but I got nothing out of him.
Oh, that guy in that museum?
Yeah,
that guy's weird.
Tim Curry brought the orb to him to, I don't know, analyze it, or I guess he wanted to sell it or something.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you think you brought it to me? You brought me the orb? Forgive their ignorance, orb.
The orb brought you to me. I know everything, but he knew nothing.
I've been Jacatiing with my left hand for years.
Yeah, what are the Jacati?
They are probably just a old Indian race that just time forgot.
That's kind of what I thought, because
That's what I'm asking.
Like Darstar, I mean, I'm not doing the voice because I'm a horrible racist. Like that's what he talks like. He talks like someone doing a bad Native American impression. And most of the Chakotay look Native American, except for like the Tim Curry guy.
Yeah, that's my question.
It's just like a white guy.
And then like, how are they connected with any of this like belief system and culture?
No,
and
honestly, I think so. Remember in Welcome to the Jungle, that Van Damme movie where that guy does drugs and immediately becomes like this camp warlord guy.
Nice.
I think it's that. I think that guy just wandered off. He's like, you guys, I got this loincloth and a fun name. Here's my belief structure.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's Bohdai.
Bohdai.
Yeah, Bohdai doesn't like any of them.
No, Bohdai
only really talks to Daniel.
No.
Yeah. Where is Bohdai right now?
Bohdai is with Darstar.
Oh, Darstar still has Bohdai.
Yeah.
Okay.
And tortured by ants.
So the guy gets tortured. Sorry. The sphere of Longinus.
Yeah, so somehow they get it. So I think when Darstar is like running off.
Oh, he drops it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I'm trying to even look through my notes.
Yeah, I don't know. My notes are sparse.
I even wrote this too. I wrote Bohdai is the sphere of Longinus.
Oh no, they don't have the sphere of Longinus yet.
They're asking where it
they're asking where it is. So clearly they stole this from the sphere of Longinus. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's all I got.
And so M. Bison, who's Grock, he goes up to what I wrote, the most 80s woman ever on Earth. There's a woman in a white dress wearing gold earrings who is Ursa from the Superman movies. Chandra.
Which deity is Chandra again?
Chandra is operating the Magnetron. And she's like, oh, I could destroy Bohdai and we could destroy the sphere of Longinus at any point in time. And Grock, i.e. M. Bison, is like, most good. He's like, you could contain the ball and destroy the ball. But here's the thing, like, why are we destroying the ball?
Well, they want to. I don't know, because okay.
Well, and I do know where Bohdai is. I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah, no. Well, Darstar still has Bohdai, but yeah, we'll get to it. I think, and I'm hypothesizing here, the sphere of Longinus can bring rain, and as long as they control all the water, they have the power.
Well, it seems like they would want to control that rain. Like, let's just
right. Well, so that they don't want other people being able to get water all fucking willy nilly with Bohdai.
I understand that part. It just seems like they would want to get willy nilly.
Well, maybe they think if they fucking fuck it up with that weird robot, that they can wield it at will. Yeah. Terminix.
Terminix takes a turn.
Fucking thing.
In case things go south, they can destroy it.
Well, so
enter new location.
Yeah, Tire Town.
Nice.
My next note, and I'm hoping someone says this, is, "Hey, big chunk, 2 quarts." Does this resonate with anybody?
Yeah. It's a woman to Tug. A woman looks at a man named Tug and talks about the big chunk.
Hey, big chunk.
Tug that chunk.
It's a super dope little town. Might get you what you want. Seems like if you're in a role-playing game, it would be the starter town. You'd get starter weapons and starter clothes.
Yeah.
You might learn an ability, but you would soon get the hell out of there.
Like a lame, like this is where you learn to like double jump or something.
Yeah, you just get a little coin and you get on your way. Also, we didn't know before that Grock was rolling around and there's some bounty hunters outside of his little base. He hired them, and these bounty hunters are in Tire Town checking some things out.
I see. Okay.
Because they're like, I see one of them, but like, let's get them all together and we're going to get them all at once.
Mm-hmm. Well, they are all together because the gang finds Darstar and Bohdai.
Yeah, he's like, I got him in this locker over.
Yeah, and Darstar's like, he looks at what's her name's hand,
Terra,
and she has a tattoo.
He's like, you've got the symbol.
You've got the symbol of the thing. What's the
Longinus?
The symbol of Longinus. No, what's the other? The non-Bohdai.
Chakotay?
No, the other one.
Chodai.
Not Chodai.
Bohdai?
Bohdai. Is it the Bohdai?
Hey, it's me, Chodai.
Oh, crikey.
He got the symbol. You rub it 3 times, mate.
Well, their little meetup is short-lived because the fucking e-police show up.
Side note, to get real serious, there's an ointment for that.
Fucking Chodai ointment.
It's prevalent. You can get that at the vending machine.
Yeah. Well, so they all fucking book it. Darstar drops goddamn Bohdai and gets captured.
Yeah, he drops him real easy.
Yeah.
And he gets captured.
And they lose Terra somewhere.
Yeah, well, they just don't really see. Like, she's kind of left behind.
They're all just kind of running.
Then, come on, Mike. Are you not telling me the ingenious way to get out of this town?
The only possible way to run down this hill.
I feel this was the feather to tickle your testicles.
This really chuckled my Chodai.
The feathicles.
They get to the edge of town and there's a slight hill, and rather than like walking down or running down it, they spend time finding tires, positioning themselves in them, and rolling down the hill in tires. This is the stupidest fucking thing.
But it looked fun.
Maybe that, like, when are we going to be here again?
Exactly. Where are there going to be giant tires and a hill?
I am going to tell you directly, Lamar, this is not my kind of fun.
You don't like being dizzy and nauseous and breaking your arm.
So imagine getting in like the tire that was fitted for a Mack truck, and you get inside the tubing and roll yourself down a gravel rock-infested cliff, bouncing up and down and up and down, rolling and twirling. And this is like, I don't know, like they're doing this for a couple minutes at high speeds. Yeah. Anyone would get out of this and vomit their brains out. There was no way. You'd feel so sick.
For a split second, they even had a camera angle of it spinning around, giving the perspective of what it would be like to rolling inside. Honestly, it made me dizzy for that split second.
The cherry on top for me is if you gave me a book and you had me read it while I was doing it. Like, that would just leave me at that point in time. Like, that would be like the worst sickness I could ever.
Just call it a day right there.
Yeah. And then they're like, where's Terra?
No, well, and then fucking Tire Town blows up for some reason.
And they're like, Terra's dead.
Yeah, she's probably dead.
But then they're like, you've got to believe. And the group is super bummed as I drew a frowny face.
No, they are super bummed. Yeah. They're even more bummed in a second where they get captured by some fucking British weirdos.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are the real Chodais.
Yeah. These are the guys that
he
hired, right?
Yeah, these are the bounty hunters.
Yeah.
And then we see Grock and Chandra, the most 80s lady ever. And they do have Bohdai housed in Megatron. They're like, yes, we finally have it. And every now and then you hear the Bohdai noise like, meow, meow, meow.
I put on closed caption. What did it say? It said, meep, meep. Orb crying.
Orb crying.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
It was a real sad moment. But the bounty hunters are taking the remaining Solarbabies away. It's a real shame. Everyone's still real bummed. And then this rogued person is like, I'll give you money for them and come with me. And the bounty hunters are like, all right, like we're gonna make some money and there's a deal. And the rogued person is like, I'm not paying for any of this. And they're like, all right, we're gonna fight. And the rogue person calls a whole army of people.
Well,
and
she's got a super soaker and she's like spraying them with water and roller skating around.
Of course,
yeah,
as you do.
And then like the people, the Jebediah or whatever the fuck they're called.
The Jakatis?
No.
The two
Obadiahs?
guys.
Is that who they are? Well, because they're all dressed in white.
Yeah.
And the main person was Terra. She's alive.
Well, she takes off her like top gear and she's like, it's me, it's Terra.
Yeah, hey.
And actually, these are my people.
Yeah,
and the bounty
this
hunters
is where I'm from, where I live.
And so the bounty hunters are basically tied to half a car and sent to roam the desert.
Yeah.
And Terra's like, I am alive. These people found me. And we saw some of these guys kind of scoping her out in the market.
Yeah.
And she's like, before Tire Town blew up, like they found me and saved me. I'm going to take you to my kingdom. And we get to meet her father, Kenny Rogers.
I thought he was more of a Barry Gibb. But
Sure.
Yeah.
Somewhere between Barry Gibb and Kenny Rogers. And this guy's got a deep V.
Oh.
And a lion's mane.
It's an advanced deep V.
He's like, roar.
Yeah.
This is my daughter.
This was also the first time in this movie that I recognized that the reason that people were in orphanages is because they were being kidnapped.
I said this from the beginning. They said it in the beginning.
I didn't listen at the beginning. I mean, I heard when you said it.
Okay.
But when watching the movie, it didn't...
The warden was like, they take them to from villages because they'll become the future. And, they basically, indoctrinate them to their own ways.
Yeah.
To be fair, Mike, it was briefly mentioned that they take them.
Okay.
But alluded to a little later.
Yeah, so these are just kidnapped children.
Yeah.
Well, Terra's dad... Barry Rogers.
Yes.
Barry Rogers is like, you're all family. Stay here forever. We live off glacier water, and the world is sweet here, and we have plants. And Jason's like, but we've got to go back. We've got to fight the good fight, and you were the people. He's like, I have not fought for a good fought, my friend. Not for the 5 foughtenings that have happened before. And they really just don't know what to do. They don't have Bohdai.
No.
And they're Bohdai bummed.
But Terra knows where Bohdai is.
She does.
Yeah.
She's like, I heard some people talking. I know where they have it. It's like at this laboratory. You want to go?
Yeah. And they're like, fuck yeah. Let's do it.
She's like, yeah, but this place is kind of rad.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want him to go.
No.
Yeah, and Jason's like, but I promised Bohdai and myself for no reason that we would find him and the world would be different.
Yeah.
And he's not told anyone about the visions, which may help a bit in this. But,
Yeah, well, I would have.
Yeah.
But, he thinks he can do it. He's like, what if I did a sick pole vault? Would that help?
Yeah.
She's like, that would probably help.
But that always helps.
Yeah. And it did. He vaulted his pole right in there.
Mm-hmm.
Isolated clips could be found at reaching out to us at rabbittroopsuckspodcast@gmail.com. If you want to hear Mike talk about pole vaulting anyone and anything, anywhere, anytime, reach out.
It's
Bohdai!
The password is Chodai likes air.
We still... Well, we do get a hard cut eventually where Grock and the 80s lady are trying to laser Bohdai. She's like, just keep cooking it.
Terminac, he enjoys it. He will disembowel it.
Terminex was programmed for enjoyment, so you're a pleasure bot? Terminex, you're
Weak.
a pleasure bot.
Super weak.
Weak.
It is super weak. Damn it, Terminex. Well, we got to get out. The Solarbabies do leave.
Yeah.
They are welcome at this new home, but they leave in the middle of the night. And Terra joins them. We don't really know that at first because she does kind of allude that she's gonna just leave, or stay. But she leaves, and Mike's right. Metron pole vaults into this compound later at night, which is super clutch. Because he deactivates and electrocutes a bunch of dudes on some stairs, which is kind of fun.
He breaks some people out of their little cells.
Yeah, Darstar is in one of them. It's like a video game. And they look at him and he's like, I'm going to free him. He kind of joins up with them. Yeah. That's why I like Darstar. Like, he does apologize later on. I think, does he do it here? Or did he do it in Tire Town?
I think, here he's like, hey, sorry about your owl or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. That was in Tire Town. That was Terra. Terra's like, I'm really sorry about your owl. And she goes, we buried him. And he goes, I know. And I was like, and there's kind of like a bonding moment. Like, we both care about life, and this was like a harsh move. But he does apologize at one of those areas, and they're like, why did you do this? He's like, I was really hoping it would work the magic for me.
But it didn't.
Yeah, so like Darstar, although it was a bad move, he had good intentions.
Yeah, his heart was in the right place.
Where, like the E-police are like, I just want to destroy it in Earth. And he's like...
They're trying.
Right.
They've got it strapped to a table, and fucking Terminac is dicking around with it.
Yeah, this robot's like, I want to rip things up real good.
Penetrate.
Does it penetrate?
No, it tries. He can't, though. He can't get in.
Can't stop, won't stop.
No.
Terminix.
You don't want that from Terminix.
No, you don't.
No. Jeez, I don't know what to say about that.
No, say everything.
Well, the Solarbabies form Voltron and are in full force breaking in, and their rollerball skills come in so much handy.
My God, yeah.
Or come in handy when they're in. Daniel gets Bohdai. He just grabs it just like right off, and Bohdai is like insta healed.
Yeah, he's all better.
Yo, I mean, because at one point in time, it looked kind of like fleshy, mangled.
Yeah, it looked like a burnt asteroid or something.
Like, asteroid means like a meatball.
It kind of looked like in Fifth Element,
a masteroid.
when the pure evil was coming to Earth.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like that.
Oh yeah.
Don't shoot rockets into that.
Yeah, never do that. Well, Bohdai does get his revenge by setting that fucking 80s lady on fire.
Well, Bohdai goes a little chody.
Yeah.
Sometimes you learn a couple things in defense.
You have to.
Yeah, so that woman, basically, there's a Kroll Force moment where Daniel's holding Bohdai and 80s lady grabs onto it, Chodai.
It's Chodai.
She gets Chodai'd all right.
Yeah.
And her hands are super on fire, and then she is just on fire, and then she falls back and gets electrocuted. And here's the real move. And this movie's rated PG-13. I don't know why. It could have easily been PG, because I really feel if this was a PG-13 moment, moreover, this next scene would have gotten real. Terminix grabs Grock and starts just ripping the shit out of him. He is screaming. This robot is like, he tries to fight, like it's not happening. You're like, oof.
I was going to kill something. I'm killing you.
Just remember, he's programmed for pleasure. He's a pleasure bot, so he's total. Yeah, Terminix is like, Mike, you want to give us some like robot ooh sounds?
Ooh.
1, 0.
Is it in?
1. I forgot to write that.
Just like that.
In a lot of my notes, which I started halfway through, I just started referring to this loving pack as the Solarbabies.
Solarbabies, yeah, that's fair.
I was like, then the Solarbabies do this.
Damn it! This movie's now named Solarbabies.
How can't you love these lovable scamps? The Solarbabies in on it. Grock is dead.
Yeah, he's blonde dick guy saves him or tries
sort
to.
of. Yeah, here is another moment that again I do not like the character, but I like the writing of the character. Right before Grock dies, Mike's right. Blondie like gets a gun and like starts shooting Terminix and does free Grock, and he does this to save him. Like, my mentor. And he's like, are you okay? Like, he like rolls him over and he's like, oh my God, he's dead. Like, to the end, blonde guy was training and did respect this guy.
Yeah.
Even though we noted he got a little tortured in that like hollow chamber where it's like your hands defleshing. And he's like, oh my God. He's like, it's just a hologram.
JK. Yeah, I mean,
it's a different kind of tutorial skill.
He was the bad guy, but like he was the only character whose motivations were well written and clear.
He was the Johnny we loved.
He was, yeah.
What kind of Cobra Kai spinoff can we have with this guy, Lamar?
If I knew his name, I would.
Gravis?
What kind of?
Well,
I feel like he would live the life that the Cobra Kai guy did. Just leave and just settle down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just think about the old days.
Well, I don't really understand something that happens. So Terminix is dead. Grock is dead. 80s lady's dead.
Yes.
They have Bohdai, but why is this compound crumbling now? Like, what triggered that?
I'm thinking the explosions from when the lady, after she was set on fire, I think that panel like caught on fire.
That was the load-bearing electrical panel?
Yeah, and then when Johnny shot, or whatever his name was, when he shot the robot, it exploded too. So there's a lot of explosions going on.
Yeah, well, what buttons trigger that?
There's an explosion button. Why not?
Hey, if you press that yellow button over there, like half a mountain face falls down. Like, like sure. Well, that's happening. The compound is now caving in on itself. Like the end of all of my G.I. Joe moments, everything's crumbling in on itself like pillows and string. And they're running off. And that's why I wrote the Solarbabies skate off. Look at those Solarbabies go.
Go Solarbabies.
Yeah, it's really It's really weird. And then they get outside and they see some real thunderclouds. They're moving in and they can't believe it. And it starts raining and then you realize the water's free, everybody. They did it. These Solarbabies pulled it off.
Wow.
They went to the club one night and now this water's free thanks to the Solarbabies. It's right in itself.
Yeah.
I believe one of them looks up and they're like, it's inspirational.
Well,
They look into the clouds.
Well, here is. So I've noted when saxophone jazz solos play, especially in long-winded introductions, not my favorite. Here's a real boner jam for Mike. Trumpet synth starts playing, and it's like wow, 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 like that. And I wrote trumpet synth. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst.
And then Bohdai glows and disappears. But then Bohdai is all around them. They're like, Bodhi's all around us.
He's inside of us.
And then they do the circ.
They do another little Chodai circ.
Hey, it's Chodai. Bohdai might have left.
One last circ before the credits roll.
Yeah.
You got to do a couple. You got to circ when you get to be this age. But the Solarbabies could still connect. And they're like, he's always going to be there, and he's always with us. And they form that weird pink-purple beam that surrounds them, like we noted, like the Guardians of the Galaxy. And then it's the movie's over, so you think, because they're in that circle, and they could, circle sync. and the credits roll, and they do get to the end of that ocean. We see that the visions were correct. They're getting to the ocean. They found water.
Oh, was there an after credits scene?
Well, it's not. It's like immediately.
Oh, okay.
Like they're just like in the water, and it's really like phased out, Mike. So it's like not like in focus. It's just like they did it. Like there's no one's talking. Like the music's playing. That poor Smokey Robinson song or man. But yeah, before we get to the Solarbabies and the final synopsis, as I said, reach out to us anytime. RabbitTroopSucksPodcast@gmail.com. Is there a movie you'd like us to review? Is there something you know about a movie? Are you in a movie? Are you the movie? Are we in a movie? Reach out to us and tell us. Dear Rabbit Troop Sucks, you're in the movie. The call is coming from in the house within the movie of the house that you're in. RabbitTroopSucks.com proper. Visit us there. There's pictures. Jeremy, his trigger word now. It's Bohdai. We never figured out what the decompression to that would be, if anyone has an idea.
There's no coming back from that.
That's true. You can't turn that off.
Keep cooking it.
You ain't gonna get up from that.
You're gonna get up from that. There's pictures, there's merchandise. Clearly, we're going to be working on a new T-shirt. It's all about praising the maze. So, and Instagram and Facebook. But let's talk about some of those little scamps, those little Solarbabies, Mike. Did they win your way into your heart?
Let's start with this movie is bad. Nothing about it is good.
Yeah.
Did I like watching it? Yeah, because it's silly and it's stupid.
Solarbabies.
It didn't make me angry.
Solarbabies.
Yeah.
I mean, the fixed version of this movie is Turbo Kid. Like, let's all just face facts. It's kind of a big bummer that I think I'm more aggressively against this movie because we recently watched Turbo Kid, and it's just such a better movie than this.
Yeah.
There is promise in this film. I think I said early, like, there's budgeting problems. So I think the deal was, like, they filmed this movie and they went to an area and they were like, I'll be good on the weather. We'll save all this money. And then everything was delayed because there was, like, a freak thunderstorm and all this budgeting, like, happened. And then I think it was, like, Mel Brooks put in money and they had to do, like...
Mel Brooks put in money?
I think so.
Is that because there was a DeLuise involved?
Probably. Well, yeah, he was just, like, the producer of all of this. And, like... It was super weird, and the film's somewhat disjointed. Like, I do like the idea that it's for kids, moreover, but I don't really know why it's PG-13. Does anyone know?
No.
No. The fix for this movie for me is, one, roller skating did not need to be a part of it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And it should have been called something different.
Yeah. Or roller skating should have been, like, again, like, they use some of the skills at the end, but that should have been the vehicle for that. Like, in the beginning, they're doing X, Y, and Z because there's these matches, and then what they learned from that like they use somewhere later. Like
Yeah, I guess.
Like we didn't talk about Jason Patric flings people across 1,000 feet to get to a side of another bridge.
That was so fucking dumb.
And then he jumps it. But like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
as cheesy as it would be like, I learned a skill that helped me. But it did not need to be then still on roller skates for any reason. It would just be like, oh, I learned how to climb this, or I knew how to do blank, or...
Well, yeah, I mean, what was the other roller skating movie?
Prayer of the Roller Boys?
Yeah, Prayer of the Roller Boys. We're just like, if they have to be on roller skates.
You gotta be.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be? Lamar's on roller skates right now.
Yeah, he's roller skating around. He's on wireless right now.
Lamar's Bohdai.
If they had more scenes of them rolling around, do you think it would have been incorporated better?
I don't know. It was one of those
just
things
unnecessary.
where someone was like, you know what, roller skating's really popular right now, so let's make that the crux of this movie.
What if they were the Roller Babies?
I mean, I feel like that's a missed opportunity for the
That
name.
was.
Prayer of the Roller Babies?
Was it taken?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That just the whole roller skating thing I thought was dumb, and the name is really stupid. When my girlfriend came in when I was watching this, she was like, "Oh, what is this movie called?" I was like, "It's called Solarbabies." She's like, "You know what? I don't fucking care." And then she left.
Well, I'm going to narrate the real story.
Uh-huh.
And Mike was sitting in a chair. He may or may not have been fully clothed. His girlfriend walked in. Mike turned around and goes, "It's Bohdai!" And then she shut the door. And here we are at this podcast. Well, welcome to Rabbit Troop Sucks.
Well, I'm gonna have to find a hotel room to sleep at because I don't think she's gonna let me in.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, give her the solar baby.
I'm gonna knock on the door. Bohdai.
It's Bohdai. I hope Jeremy makes this a ringtone for us. I don't know how this could happen.
Okay. Can you make custom ringtones and sell them? Is that a thing still?
Probably. Anything's a thing.
Okay, so go to the website. We'll have a ringtone.
Maybe it's like more niche. We could charge like $1,000 for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, maybe. Does anyone actually?
Yes, they do. You know this.
I mean, my phone has been on vibrate exclusively for the past 15
Maybe it
years.
could vibrate in a certain way. Maybe it could vibrate like Bohdai. Like me. It's like sad.
Crying orb.
Lamar, what do you think of Solar Babies and all its amazingness?
Whatever. Pretty much what Mike said. I enjoyed watching it just to make fun of it, and this movie's silly, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's not good. I can't say I enjoyed watching it. I watched it right before re-recording, so it's fresh in my memory, but I was on a time limit because it was literally right before I got to this studio, if you will. I was trying to watch down the last 15 minutes because it was running a little close to the time, and I just skipped right through it. I didn't really take it in.
No, you
so I
don't
don't
need
know if that hampered my enhancement of the movie, but I did enjoy the last 15 minutes as I was watching it, so I just didn't enjoy the movie at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that.
Mike, do you have anything to add on your views of these little solar bees?
No, I don't. I mean, this movie's stupid and it sucks, but like, if a year and a half from now, someone's like, you want to get some drinks and like watch this stupid movie? I'd be in.
Yeah, that would definitely be my requirement. I would watch it with people going forward. We've noted that back and forth.
Yeah, this is a group watch.
Yeah, sometimes it's like, where's this movie more fun? Is it more fun together or is it more fun away? I was fine watching it by myself this time. I especially think because it's like I'm taking notes and various other things. But after I take notes, I have such a memory of it. Not that I have like some weird photographic memory, but it's like a more intense viewing that when we do each movie, not just this one, that I've taken notes on this, and I think going forward, I would never watch this movie again unless it was with people.
Right.
If I were to recommend it and someone's like, I'm going to watch it on my own, the first time, sure, I get it.
Okay.
Especially because it highlights every which way. It's like it's based on Mad Max, and I think there's like another one. But it was like another Fallout movie. It's like, but heavily Mad Max was an influence. So it's kind of fun to watch. But then, yeah, like going forward, I think to truly enjoy it, especially because we're adults watching, like honestly, like a family film. I really don't know why the hell this is PG-13.
Yeah.
I mean, does anyone have an idea, like, at all?
It has to be the hand part.
Was there any
The what?
The-
like the fleshy hand?
Yeah.
I
I mean,
guess.
that's the
Like
only...
graphic.
There's no language. There's
Like,
no...
there's maybe a couple shits and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was thinking about the language or the death scenes at the end.
the death
get
scenes
pretty-
aren't even crazy, though.
They're not, but they're kind of like the makeup. It zooms in on the faces and it kind of looks a little gory. I don't know. Maybe just that split second of gore is enough to trigger.
When fucking Robotron or whatever kills Grock, his face is all fucked up.
Yeah, Terminex is...
Terminex, yeah.
There you go. There's some scenes of people getting shot and whatnot, and
Yeah, but it's
people
all
get
like
hit in the face.
laser shot.
Yeah.
It's 86 too.
It's pretty
It's
much-
pretty easy to
Yeah.
get that 13 trigger. Just one little ass or one little
Well,
shit.
that's what I said when Terminex was, ripping the shit out of Grock. Like, if this was PG-13, we should have upped that. I mean,
Yeah.
it is kind of horrific. That dude is like the best actor of the movie. Grock, I mean, he plays it. He plays the villain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying this movie again is like award winning, but as far as acting, he'd probably be the most notable.
I mean, the
one.
villains are the best part of
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah.
And the owl.
So how did he lose out the Raul Julia for M. Bison? Because he
His
plays.
death?
I gotta stack him side by side. I swear, he looks just like M. Bison.
He died in 1993, friend, at 56.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, he was in some notable stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I would definitely recommend this movie. Again, if you're going to watch it on your own the first time, but I took a bunch of detailed notes so I could roll with it. But yeah, to have more enjoyment. I mean, this movie's so weird, and it's any Daniel Bodhi talk into a drinking game, and just like cliffhanger, you're going to get yourself there. You know what we got? Lamar, are you aware of what we're doing next week?
I am.
Does anyone want to announce it?
I'll say it. No, next week, this movie's so fucking rad. We're doing Firewalker.
Yeah, we are.
This will be our first... Will it be our first Norris movie?
Yes.
Yeah, our first
Chuck Norris,
Yeah.
Louis Gossett Jr., Firewalker, 1986. Yeah, I have not seen this movie for, I would say, close to a decade.
Yeah. I've seen it once with you a decade ago.
Yeah, that was it? That was the only time you've ever seen it?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I've definitely seen it growing up. But yeah, the last time I saw it was probably about a decade ago with Mike. I am excited.
Yeah.
Lamar, were you with us when we watched it? I mean, can you remember if it was like a decade ago? Or have you seen this movie?
I have, but I don't think I was there with you guys when you saw it. Trying to remember.
Oh, you'll remember. I'm excited. Yeah, let's have let's have some fun with this. We're gonna keep it going, and we got some new exciting news that we'll start highlighting somewhat soon. Mike, you should also have an announcement at this point in time about times and dates where you might be.
Oh, yeah. March 22nd at the Skylark. I'll be playing a show. So, you should come see that.
Good old Skylark.
Yeah.
Mike responds well when you make references to movies we've seen, especially while he's on stage. So, if he's on stage and you're like, I love Tug!
Yeah.
Tug! He'll love that.
Chody is my trigger word.
Hey, it's me, Chody! If you come up behind Mike, say, hey, it's me, Chody, as you give him a nice little like neck and shoulder massage.
Yeah.
It's nice.
That's what we like. Yeah.
That's how we roll.
So come watch me play music and get a massage.
Tell him how Firewalker is also something else and show him what that is.
Oh, is it a sex thing?
It could be whatever you want.
Okay.
Depending on how many people show up, we can probably get a little circ going.
Okay, yeah,
Little
we'll do a
Bodhi
circ. It'll rain
Nice.
inside.
All up in. Well, we'll be back with Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
There'll be Firewalker. Lou will be there. As always, Rabbit Troop sucks.
What does Rabbit Troop suck? Chody!
It's me, Bodhi. Oh, God.
Yeah.